Today I will be teaching you how to change a car tire. Our vehicles, they're the most important things to us. They're our way to get to work. They're our way to travel around. We've all been at a point where we've gotten a flat tire on our ride, either if we had a bike tire go flat or a car tire go flat. And I'm going to show you how to change a car tire without having to take it to the shop, or if you're in a bind, that you could change it on the road. Alright, first step, you're going to need to acquire a jack. I have a jack with me today. This one is a hydraulic bottle jack, and that and a scissors jack will more than likely be in your car, most accessible. And another jack is a hydraulic floor jack with the wheels. As you can see here, these are the two common ones. You're going to need to acquire a 4-way tire iron, which I have here. It has 4 different sides for 4 different sides of lug nuts, or you have a tire wrench, which will come in your car most of the time, and it'll be the right size for your lug nuts. And you will need that to loosen your lug nuts. To take it off, the first step is going to be take off your lug nut caps or your hubcap. Sometimes they won't be the right size or the same size as your lug nuts. I have a hubcap with me here today. You guys can look at that. And I have lug nuts. You guys can look at those too. There is several different kinds of lug nuts. Most of them will be able to change, but with a 4-way tire iron. To decide which size of lug nuts you have, the 4-way tire iron should cover any size that you have, or your lug wrench will be in your car. It'll have the right size. There's these 5 different types, as I told you about, and the tire iron should cover all of them. Okay, the next step is you're going to need to loosen your lug nuts. You're not going to want to take them all the way off. You're going to want to loosen them just enough so they don't break the tire studs, the wheel studs. You just want to break the stiffness, not take them all the way off. And this, as you can see here, is what happened when they took them all the way off with the pressure fully on the car and on the tire. Alright, you're going to want to place your jack underneath the front differential or rear differential. I showed there's a picture of them below the car, and that's a real life model. Depending on the front, if you're going to need to take a front one off, then you're going to want to put it under the front differential. If you take the back one off, you're going to want it under the back differential. Those are going to be the most stable spots. If you put it on the frame, you will crack the frame more than likely or damage other parts. Alright, you're going to need to jack up your vehicle. The different jacks, most of them, the bottle jack and the hydraulic floor jack, you can pump up and down, which will generally put it up, and then to release it, you just turn the handle. In the scissors jack, you'll be able to hook with this hook on there, and you simply turn it. Alright, to remove the lug nuts, you have the car already jacked up, so the lug nuts should be loose. You should be able to take those off with ease, and then there is nothing to hold the tire on. You're going to want to rotate those counterclockwise to take them off. And remove the tire, you'll be pulling the tire straight off. The only thing that could be holding it on is rust or dirt, and so you might need to give it a little bit of a tug. Alright, so you're going to want to grab your new tire and replace where the old tire was. If you have your tire already handy, then you're going to be able to put that on. If you need to take off the spare tire, there should be a manual. Every car has different ways where their spare tire is. Most of them will have it underneath or in the back or trunk. Alright, now you're going to want to put the lug nuts back on snug. You're not going to be able to put them on all the way without the tire spinning. And you'll just want them slightly more than finger tight you won't be able to tighten them anymore. You'll have to tighten them a little bit so they don't completely damage the tire and the tire prongs. And you're going to want to rotate those clockwise, as you can see in these pictures show. Alright, next you're going to want to lower the jack. By this, you're going to generally turn the handle counterclockwise for the hydraulic jacks, and for the scissors jack, you just go the opposite way you did before. And that you're going to want to put in that valve with the hydraulic floor jack, or the hydraulic bottle jack rather. Alright, you're going to want to tighten your lug nuts up after that. Tighten them as much as you can, and then a torque wrench, if you have that handy, in the manual there will be a number to put on your torque wrench, and so it'll tell you how tight it needs to be. It'll click when you have it, and then these patterns will be the right patterns to go in. You want to go across so it doesn't mess up the tires, so it's parallel with the car. And then you're going to want to put your caps back on. So you don't want to tighten them too hard or you're going to break them. And put away your tools in case you need them in the future. And any questions?
So how do we get the spare tire out?
Different cars will be different. On a Jeep, they have them on the back. You'll just have to take off the nuts. Some of them have it underneath the car. There will be a tool handy in the back of the vehicle. And some of them will just have them in the back under a hatch.
Okay.
That you can just take it out of.
Okay, perfect.
At what point do you need to change the tire?
If it's getting bald, it's just pretty much by judgment. If you're sliding around, there won't be much grip on there. If you can run your fingers across it without getting bumps, then it's time to change it.
Awesome.
Are all tires the same?
Not all tires the same. Some of them will take different air. Some of them are different sizes. Some of them have different amounts of lug nuts you can put on them with different patterns.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.